Peter Delapena here with USA captain Monank Patel after a 14-run win over Canada to start off USA's portion of the Tri-Series here at Cricket World Cup Week 2 here at Voorburg Cricket Club. Congratulations not only on the win, but your third ODI century for USA, 121 not out. And chanceless, you had that one sort of run-out chance just before you got your century, but nothing off the bat. You looked very fluent out there. People missed you during the World Cup when you got injured. You seemed like you had a point to prove out there to show people what they were missing. Did you feel that inside after not being able to play following the win over Pakistan?
I mean, yeah, obviously, it was unfortunate, the injury I got, and I felt like, obviously, like in T20 after that game, I wanted to carry my momentum and my form and help the team and contribute for the team. But yeah, it wasn't in my mind during this tour, but I was more excited to play ODI format after 1 year. The last ODI I think we played was in Zimbabwe. So yeah.
And that tour was a losing tour. USA went winless on that tour. There were some close shaves, especially the way it ended. The one-run loss to UAE. Having had more than a year off from that format, what allowed you to come out and hit the ground running the way you did today?
I think, this is our job. This is what we live for, and when you get this kind of chance and opportunity, you want to express and make sure that you follow your passion and show it in the ground.
Shane Jahangir with an unbeaten half century. You had a 143-run partnership with him for the 5th wicket. It's an ODI record for USA for the 5th wicket. And he's somebody who opens a lot in domestic cricket in USA, and because you've got a logjam of guys in the top order, somebody's got to make way. But when you go back to Zimbabwe in that tour, he had some incredible knocks, coming in at 6-7 as a finisher, and again today, teaming up with you, coming in at number 6, had a really strong finishing flourish with you. What do you see from him that stands out in terms of the way he's transitioned to be so successful in a role that maybe he wasn't accustomed to when he first was assigned that position?
I think, he got enough time to prepare himself, and the way he has prepared himself specifically for ODIs and T20 differently, that's helping him. And I feel like on ODIs after number 3 or 4, it doesn't matter where you're batting. It's just which situation you're batting, and I think that's all about mindset and the way he has adapted himself, and I think credit to him.
The other thing about the first innings, you had a good partnership at the top with Monank Patel. His ODI debut, he winds up scoring a half century, and there was a difference, it felt like, in the way that Canada approached the way they came out and batted here. Both teams, when I say that, I mean Canada's first match against the Netherlands on Sunday, in terms of the way that both teams are playing on this ground for the very first time. A lot of guys unfamiliar with the wicket, and yet you guys seemed far more comfortable adapting and adjusting to it than they did. Why is that the case?
I think with Smith, he has played a lot of first-class cricket back in India, and his strength is his technique. And on this kind of pitch, in the first inning, you need to have a proper technique, and you need to back your defense, and make sure that you have that patience to let the ball get old, and once you get settled in, and showing that intent. I think the way he handled the first 1 hour, credit to him, and it really helped us to bring that momentum and carry forward that momentum.
And in the fields, obviously one of the things that stands out about this lineup, no Saurabh Netravalkar. He's back home in California looking after the birth of his first child. No Ali Khan, he's only going to be here for the T20Is, and so there were guys who maybe aren't used to the roles that they were put in today, trying to plug some gaps, and they were maybe shaky at times, but they stepped up in a big way at the end. Shadley Van Schalkwyk coming up with 2 wickets to the death, getting the 2 guys who were set, in Dylan Haliger and Harsh Thakur, and then also Jesse Singh, who had a rough finish to the T20 World Cup, and yet turns it around in MLC and then converts it into a really positive spell today for USA. Again, guys who some people might not class as the first choice fast bowling options for USA. The way they performed today and the way they stepped up when given the opportunity, what stood out to you about the way they performed in the certain situations where they were under some pressure?
I think if you ask me, we bowl really well in patches. We bowl well in, between 20th to 35th over, and I still feel there's a lot of room of improvement. Shadley, particularly when he bowled in the death, credit to him, the way he bowled. Jesse just got us good breakthroughs when we really needed it, and I think the spinners gave us the really good momentum to get some wickets in the middle, and the back-to-back wickets from Nosh and Harmeet gave us the chance to restrict them under 304 runs.
Starting off this tour with a win, it's obviously a long tournament, a long league over the course of 3 years. You played a very veteran-laden lineup today in terms of broad career experience. You had 4 guys making their debut today in Monank Patel, Shadley, Manskalkwik, Milan Kumar, and I forget the 4th one. Harmeet also making his ODI debut, thank you. But they've obviously got a lot of experience over the course of their careers, and obviously played T20I cricket for USA leading into the World Cup. In terms of looking forward to the rest of this tour, what is the philosophical mindset in terms of the other guys you've brought on tour, whether it's Janoy Drysdale, Utkar Srivastava, or bringing somebody like Yasir Mohammed back, who obviously made a debut a few years ago, but he's not gotten a game in a while. Is there going to be room for experimentation in that regard, or are you guys looking to play your best 11 each time out?
At the end of the day, even if we bring 15 or 17 players, it's what's the best playing 11 we want to play, which is going to win the game for us, and depends on the opponent who we are playing, and plus the conditions too. So we'll see. We are playing against Netherlands on hybrid, so we'll have a discussion. What's the best playing 11 we can use? If we need some changes, we will. If we don't, then that will be the same playing 11.
Anything else you want to say about today's win?
I mean, happy from the the way we played. Still a lot of improvement. There were some patches where our intensity just dropped down. So it's just about getting better day by day, and make sure that we don't repeat those mistakes, and come back again with the same mindset and get some get 2 points against Netherlands.
You say the intensity level dropped at times, but one of the things I've noticed, and I'm sure other people have watching this USA team who've been following them over the years, in the T20 World Cup and since April, there's been a dramatic change in the quality of the fielding. Catches that at times might have gone down in the past, straightforward ones. Forget about the one-handed screamers like Stephen Taylor took against Pakistan. Straightforward chances. A lot of times in the past they would go down, and it's the simple opportunities, the ones that should be taken, which maybe you couldn't always rely on USA to take in the past. Milan Kumar's 2 catches today I thought were a great example. Those were, especially the first one he took, flat off the bat of Dylan Hailger, and then Shayan Jahangir is out here at deep square leg. Those are the kind of changes that in the past USA might have put down. And yet, having sure hands in the team in a 14-run margin of victory, a lot of people would look at that and say that was the difference. You may say there were some momentary lapses of intensity, but in the key moments, that's the difference between USA in 2024 versus maybe 2014. Do you feel that when you're captain on the field?
Yeah, of course. There's a lot of things comes under when you talk about improvement of fielding. I think it's skills plus preparation and plus the involvement. I feel like more important is all the players are involved, expecting ball to come, and once you are involved in the game, I feel like you are committed every ball, you will deliver.
All right, there you have it from Monank Patel, player of the match, and USA's win over Canada. Congratulations again.